Hey everyone, welcome back to another installment of Around the League. Today we are taking our time going through the Eastern United States to a college conference that maybe you haven't heard of. It's one of the lesser known FCS or sometimes strictly basketball conferences. They do have a football program through these 8 schools, but it is not a very well-known conference, and it makes up the Middle American Atlantic Coast. It is called the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, or the MEAC, M-E-A-C. All 8 of these schools that are full members of the MEAC are going to be historically black colleges, which means that historically, the large percentage of their student base has been African Americans or other persons of color. But all of them are going to take place between Delaware and South Carolina. So we're going to start today's tour by zooming in on the one school in Delaware. Now, we've already talked about the University of Delaware, of course, moving over to Conference USA. But today we are going to talk about Delaware State University. Now, this school is located in the state capital of Dover. We zoom in on Dover there, just kind of right in the center of Delaware. We should be able to find right next to the Speedway, Delaware State University. Home to the Hornets, the bright electric blue and red of Delaware State University. Then we move over into Maryland. Now, there are 3 schools in Maryland. The first one we're going to do is go all the way to the south here, into a town called Princess Anne. So Princess Anne is going to be located just kind of right in this Marion Station area. If we zoom in here and go a little to the north and zoom in here on the east side of Chesapeake Bay, Princess Anne is going to be home to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Their sports teams are called the Hawks. And there it is, University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Maroon and silver are their colors. The other 2 schools in Maryland are both in Baltimore. So we zoom in here on Baltimore. And the first one, if we go alphabetically, is going to be Coppin State. So Coppin State, if we zoom in here on Baltimore, we need to look up toward the zoo. So if we go to the northwest to the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore, just south of the Mondawmin Mall is going to be Frederick Douglass High School and Coppin State University. Their sports teams are called the Eagles, Coppin State Eagles, and they have the colors of navy and gold. You may know them. Of course, one of these schools every year makes it to the big dance, the 68-team college basketball tournament, but the Coppin State Eagles play there in the north side of town. The other one in Baltimore is going to be Morgan State. Now, Morgan State is going to be on the eastern side of town here. If we go straight across over kind of toward the Armistead Gardens area and continue over then to the north, we should be able to find Morgan State University right next to Lauraville there and New Northwood. So Morgan State, the Bears, their colors are blue and orange. They play their football games there at Hughes Memorial Stadium. There you can see kind of a black or navy look to their football stadium there, but that is Morgan State, home to the Morgan State Bears. Now, one of these colleges is located in Washington, D.C. So if we go down to Washington, D.C., we should be able to find Howard University. So zoom out of Baltimore here and zoom into Washington. Howard University is going to be located in Columbia Heights. So if we zoom in here to the north of Washington and find our way next to the reservoir here, this is Howard University, home to the Howard Bison, or Bison as I say with my natural accent. Then we move down to Virginia. Now, the school we're looking for is all the way down in Norfolk. So if we go down the coast toward Virginia Beach, the city of Norfolk is home to Norfolk State University. Right there, that is home to the Norfolk State Spartans. They play at Dick Price Stadium, their football games at least. They have been one of the more successful basketball schools out of the MEAC conference. But then we are going to move to North Carolina, and North Carolina Central University is located just north of the capital city in Durham. Zoom in here on Durham. A number of schools in Durham, but the one we're looking for is directly south of downtown, North Carolina Central University. that is home to another team called the Eagles and another team with a maroon and silver color scheme. And last but not least, we're going all the way down to South Carolina to find South Carolina State University. And they play in Orangeburg, South Carolina. So Orangeburg is located kind of right in the middle of South Carolina. If we go south of Columbia and zoom in on Orangeburg here, it's not an enormous town, so we should fairly easily find South Carolina State University. So if we zoom in here on Orangeburg, right there to the northeast, Oliver C. Dawson Stadium, home to the Bulldogs football team. And with that, we have gone around the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, the MEAC or the MEAC, all 8 schools there. Let me know what you thought of this video, if there's other conferences you want to cover. Of course, this was one of the smaller conferences in D1, so if you want to see others like it, we've already done the Summit League, but Horizon League, Pioneer League football is on our agenda for the future. Let me know what you thought in the comments section below, and we'll hopefully see you very, very soon.